Right. So we do have an introduction to Ebenezer the Traveler for our listeners who don't know what we're talking about.
Right.
So we're going to play that for you right now.
Does it point out how good looking I am?
Following the merriest Christmas day of Ebenezer Scrooge's long and miserable life, the day after finds him much less merry and instead much more dead. Reunited with his old partner, Jacob Marley, a no longer quite so Tiny Tim, and his beloved sister Fan, together they are tasked with earning their own redemptions and regaining Scrooge's second chance by crossing over time and the mortal plane to help guide others who are in danger of losing their way. Their first journey leads them to modern-day Oklahoma and into the life of a young singer, doing her best to support what family she has left. Angel Lynn dreams of something better, but sometimes dreams can turn into nightmares. Bound under the thumb of a ruthless manager, she finds herself forced into a situation where one wrong decision can ruin everything and cost them all dearly. Ebenezer, Fan, Jacob, and Tiny Tim must work as if their souls depend upon it to save her before time runs out. Because they do. When Ebenezer Scrooge finds himself dead, he's reunited with Jacob Marley, Tiny Tim, and his sister Fan, with one chance to redeem himself, journey to the modern day, and try to save a young mother with a dream about to become a nightmare. Ebenezer Scrooge awoke Christmas morning a changed man. He awoke the next morning dead. What humbug will tomorrow bring?
Well, it is said that the history repeats itself.
Yeah, it's true.
And so the journey begins.
You know what? That's actually one of our taglines, and it's important that we work with it. You know, sometimes it's just the ending is just a perfect place for the beginning. But I guess it's time to really talk about the movie. I mean, so many times I just joke about it, fool around, we talk. We're a great group of people, and they're fun to work with. I'll just say this about Joe Valenti because I'm enamored with his eye and his editing skills. His directorial skills are incredible, and his patience is even bigger, because God knows that I had to have to do those lines about 60 times each. Oh, yeah. Well, maybe 59 and a half. But yeah, he's a real good guy. Yeah. And the team, as he put it, is a joy to work with. And so is Leland. I'm proud of my wife. I'm proud of the rest of the people, Blasia and Mike Kaufman, and the other 60 some odd people that worked in the movie, including you. It was great.
It was like one big family on set. So you're right. Everybody was easy to work with. Everybody was happy. And you're right, Joe Valenti, holy mackerel. That guy he's a wizard at what he does.
He is. And now that the Harrison Law Group is come behind us, right, they brought their commercials back to life. Leland wrote one, I wrote another. And of course, they dovetail now at the end of the commercials. They basically say, you know, that they are proud sponsors of Ebenezer the Traveler. One really important thing to note is that it is being distributed now. And that in itself is a very hard situation to get into and harder to keep going. And just there's so much involved, okay, between the Screen Actors Guild, distribution people, the advertising, marketing, all of that is never an easy task to do what we have to do. But we are proud and we are thankful to Gravitas for picking us up. And they are a very big distributor. And of course, I should mention Convoke Media as well, who helped get it into their hands.
Okay.
Todd Slater. So that being said, I'm going to turn over the show to you before I take it over.
Well, it's amazing because you're not just one of the main actor of the movie. I mean,
I am the main actor.
But you're also behind the scenes. You're running around like crazy. Every time I try to talk to you, you're working on something that has to do with Ebenezer the Traveler.
8 years. 8 years. So it started as a concept way back when I did festivals.
Right.
And it just never could go anywhere. About 8 years ago, 2017, is when Joanne and I got together as friends and said, well, let's see if we can pull this off.
Right.
And we did, to make a long story short. So we did. And then with that, Leland came in and his brilliant writing took a concept to fruition. And then once Joe took a good look at it, we all figured, how is this going to get done? And he said, let's just do it.
Let's just do it, which is really the case. Yep. There's a lot of talk out there in the world of movies and movie stars. But you guys did. You had Leland R. Prater, right?
Leland R. Prater.
He wrote 3 books.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ebenezer the Traveler, book 1.
Yep.
the Christmas Humbug.
Yep.
So the first one is Herald of the Traveler.
Right.
Christmas
Humbuggery.
Humbuggery.
Yes, humbuggery.
And book number 3 is The Peace Rings Golden.
Yes, it does ring golden.
Right. So we have 3 awesome books here that were written by Leland R. Prater.
Well, you know what? There are 2 stories per book. So
Two- So
when it was thought it was going to be an episodic,
right.
those were the basic scripts. I
Right.
don't say they were going to be exactly that. Everything winds up changing on a set. But those were the idea of it, you know.
You know what? I just noticed you're on the cover of all 3 books.
Well, why not? I did all the covers myself.
I'm sitting across from a movie star, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, you know, I'm sitting across from a great comedian, talk show host. How's
Well,
that? And
thank
DJ
Thank you.
and everything else that you do, because you're out there a lot.
So how do you know Leland Prater? How did you?
We were in a situation called Big Sky,
Right.
and they were putting together a television show, and the person who got us together had us all get together on Facebook and meet the actors of Big Sky, going back way long back, and basically we just got to be friends.
Right.
And he's a good man. His wife Christine, I want to make sure I mention her as well. She, the kind of people you want to know in your life.
And he's a great actor. I mean,
Very good actor.
I was on set of holy mackerel. This guy.
Yeah, he's a great supporting actor. If you want to look at it this way, I think without him, I couldn't be as good as I was going to be.
You feed off each other.
And we feed off each other, as does Amanda and I. And not only that, even young Tiny Tim, played by Austin Shane. So
Right.
Fantastic. Michael Bertolini playing Marley.
Right, Marley.
The reality is that the team came together with the want of doing it.
Right.
And nothing stopped us.
Nothing stopped you.
And that was the most important thing. We did not stop.
Right. And how long ago were these books written? I mean, you said 8 years. You've been waiting 8 years to get this movie going.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well,
basically what I'm trying to get at. It's a dream come true.
The dream came true.
Yeah.
It's a dream of all of ours to
Right.
do the different things we're doing in a movie like this.
It's crazy.
You know,
Mhm.
the fact that it is going to come out on Apple on December 6th.
That's amazing.
That's big for us because we're pushing it. We want everybody to see it. There are other venues coming along,
Mm-hmm.
but Apple right now is the strong one. That's the one we're pushing, and hope that everybody takes a good look at our TV show right on Apple.
Apple's huge because everybody has the access to it. You know, you can look at it on your phone, your iPad, or your computer,
Exactly.
or your TV set at home.
It's true, and that's an important thing.
Yep.
I want to point out that some of my favorite scenes were actually not just with me in it, but others.
Okay.
Emily Jeanne Phillips is somebody I have to say that I admire. She did many different things, like the national tour of Elf. Okay, I had to say that.
Okay.
And she was in Cats as well,
Mm-hmm.
and she performs our song. And
What a voice!
she's very good. Now, let me tell you about the song, because I want you to play it. You'll be the first station out there. So the song was written by Joe Valenti. He's very musically inclined as well, but he never really gives himself credit for it.
Okay.
And he brought it to Anthony Rodriguez, who is our musical composer, who is just fabulous. And when you watch the layers of sound, like I got a chance to watch recently doing our own filmmaker show,
Mhm.
there's a tremendous amount of layers. It's like Photoshop with a lot of layers of art. But his is so intricate and beautiful. Little things, little instruments, okay, in there. You can hear it all.
Right.
Emily sang it, but before she did, Joe got us a chance to listen to it in a hotel. And it was a rough version.
Okay.
But we were like blown away. It's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But when she sang it on stage over in Jersey, okay, the Grunin Center, as a matter of fact, was the inside of the inside of the theater we used was
Right.
the Grunin Center.
I was there. That was a magical day.
That was magical. Long, but magical.
Yeah.
But the interesting part was I actually did have tears in my eyes watching her.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, I when I'm clapping,
Yeah.
there's tears in my eyes
Yeah.
because it was so good. And she, as an actor, however you call it these days,
Mhm.
she had to do that 9 times. There were 3 different cameras going.
Right.
And they were all, so 9 times 3 is probably 27 takes.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
And the cameras were on jibs and booms and
Yeah.
whatever Joe Valenti did
Right.
made it work. The
Right.
audience takes everything. But, to sing it, she had to really really learn it, and she did so well.
Right.
But you know what I would love? If we could share that now for the very first time on the radio,
Wow.
our song.
Sure.
Okay, here we go.
I've forgotten what the meaning was. Lost so much, no longer care. So uncertain if I'd ever come around. Living life so unaware. You showed me how I was missing out on the things that mattered most to me. Letting go of all the weighing down of doubts. The magic of Christmas is what I needed to see. Christmas, Christmas, what does it mean to you? Families gathered round the Christmas tree. Children open presents, laughing merrily. Couples that end up below the mistletoe, dreaming of a white Christmas and seeing it start to snow. Christmas, Christmas, what does it mean to me? Never thinking I would see you again. Thought my happy endings had come to an end. But like an angel who was just given wings, a new light is shining and everybody sings. It's been so long since we felt alive. Something missing all these years. Dreams forgotten and we're pushed aside. But now we're becoming so clear. A new day is dawning around the bend. The future is starting anew. It's time to step in the light again. This feeling of Christmas is inside all of you. Christmas, Christmas, what does it mean to us? Spending time sitting round the fire, roasting chestnuts, hearing caroling choirs. A time for giving some holiday cheer and starting the countdown to a brand new year. Christmas, Christmas, what does it mean to me? Cherishing moments, grateful each day. Through good times and bad times, come what may. Remembering loved ones and the ones that we've lost. The spirit of giving, no matter what the cost. Christmas, Christmas, how I missed you.
95.9 FM, WGBB Radio, and that's the world premiere. First time heard on the radio.
Yes, How I Missed You Christmas by Jeanne Phillips.
Oh my God.
Written by Joe Valenti and music composed by Anthony Rodriguez, my buddies. And I want to just tell you that I actually have tears in my eyes again. I don't know what does it, but it is so good. What did he think of the song?
Well, Trevor, what do you think?
Yeah,
First time hearing it.
I think it's well put together, and maybe in the week you maybe can send it as an MP3 to the WGBB email. And we can give it a little spin.
Nice.
She has a very beautiful voice.
Yes.
And is she a longtime singer?
I
Never heard
know
her
she
before.
has a lot going for her. I don't know her enough personally to say that, but I will say one thing. She's a really good kid, and here's an interesting fact. So my granddaughter Kendall in the movie is a photograph of her as a younger girl.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she started following her. She loved this, that, the other thing. And of course, Kendall couldn't come up to the Grunin Center in New Jersey to actually meet her, but wanted to.
Right.
Okay. So what I did do was I connected the phone on a FaceTime, and I showed to Ken. I said, "This is what the set looks like, Ken. This is what's going on." And as I got closer, I handed the phone to Jeanne. And Kendall's eyes when Jeanne said hello to her, she was full of tears too. It's like, oh my God, because to her, it's like what I feel of Robert Downey Jr. or something.
Yeah.
And Robert, if you happen to be listening, it was me the one screaming out RDJ in the play the other day. But great play, McNeil. Anyway, most importantly, the show was fun to make. The movie was fun to make.
Definitely.
And the scene with you and Chris Roach, that's...
Go
ahead. I know you wanted to ask me something about that.
I wanted to ask you, how was it working with Chris Roach? I mean, he's a great guy. He's from Kevin Can Wait.
Kevin Can Wait. Yeah, Chris Roach. He's really a warm guy. I love him as a person.
Yeah.
He is a great actor.
Right.
So you got to understand that when you play opposite somebody, it's just gives you that.
Right.
And working and playing opposite with him in one of the scenes, I can't tell you about it. We give away the movie. Why give away the movie? So no one's going to go see it. Humbug. It just gave me chills to work with him. And, of course, I would be just terrible if I didn't mention Lou Martini Jr.
Right.
And I worked with Lou on many different things. We were pilots.
Sopranos.
He's from The Sopranos. He's the only soprano that actually worked in The Godfather.
Oh, wow.
He was one of the little boys that the nephew was thrown out of the room when the cousin was bringing the lady upstairs, let's just say. He was one of the little boys.
Wow.
And so Lou Martini Jr. was great. It's hard to mention everybody in here, but a quick shout out to my wife who puts up with everything.
Joanne is awesome.
She is.
Yep. Behind every successful man is a woman that's pushing him and stands behind him and inspires him and pushes him, and
she does push, usually to clean the dishes.
After the dishwasher.
She does. The woman's amazing. And
she's great. And she's awesome.
She and Blazer put together the amazing costumes. I mean, there was a lot of other things that went into every scene.
Right.
The movie itself won Best Feature Film in Las Vegas.
Wow.
And there were 7 nominations.
Right.
And as I look at it, we all won. And that was really important, without a doubt.
A winning team.
A winning team for sure. For sure. That being said, I know you have some other questions. Let's move on to those.
Well, I wanted to know, like, you wanted to star, right? You were Ebenezer?
Yes.
Okay, so you were the Traveler.
I was the Traveler, sir.
So it was a lot of work for you.
Yeah.
And, well, there's a couple of questions. One of them is Jerry Parisi much different than Ebenezer the Traveler? And can you relate to a lot of your character? Like, playing that character, do you think to yourself, the mistakes you've made in your life? And,
you know what? It's hard.
Do we come back? Do we come back and correct ourselves?
Do we come back and correct ourselves? Well, I would probably say that this is the best part of my life right now.
Yeah.
Other than when my kids were small and I was struggling to get through the ed world.
Right.
Ogilvy was no easy place to work, let me tell you. But looking back, I don't think I made too many mistakes or regrets, but I don't think Scrooge thought about his life as a lot of regrets either.
Right.
As there's a scene there basically with Simon Onyx basically saying, you lived a wretched life. I changed, I said.
No, to get into character. That's what I'm saying. Like to get into your character every day. I mean, you didn't just walk in there and you're like.
No. I've been playing Scrooge for like 16 years.
Okay.
And you want to know a strange thing? I never played it in A Christmas Carol.
Oh, no.
No, I did a lot of street fairs.
Okay.
I did short shows in the old Bethpage Village Restoration. I did private parties as Scrooge. And the personality I had as Scrooge was much more of a quick-witted guy, and to some degree so am I.
Right.
But the reality is, as a director, Joe Valenti wanted to quiet parts of that down. And Leland was always watching one way or another from the computer, things like this, to make sure that they both got me exactly where they needed me.
Right.
Because in the beginning, I'm still a little dumbfounded, but later on, you'll find out how I'm not so excited when I see an automobile, things like this is probably going to be part of the next one. Okay.
Right.
But really and truly, it wasn't an easy thing to just keep going and learn different things. And yeah, lots of lines were long, but it worked. And there it is, out and picked up, and proud to say, yeah, we did it.
How long did it take to film? Was it about a year's worth of filming? I mean, I know it was a couple of weeks in a row where you were.
That's
on
really
set.
what I think it was 18 days or something like that.
Okay.
I never really counted the days because the reality was it just always melted together one way or another.
Right.
And we kept to the times. We didn't go overboard. We kept to what we believe would be union timing and things like this, all of that. Oh, and one thing that was very important, speaking of union, was Pat Patterson.
Right.
Oh, my God, like a guardian angel, she'd come in toward the end. And this woman navigated waters that, in all sincerity, since I'm in the union since 1981, I didn't know everything she knows. Nowhere near what she was able to do and get it going for us.
Right.
Pat, I thank you. You're out there listening right now,
Very good. So you mentioned that this was the first one. You almost said it like there might be a follow-up to this. Is that possible?
I would imagine that since there's a lot of interest now with more people, there most likely will be a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. I will be 101 years old still playing my part while they bury my casket.
Can you give me a good bah humbug? Come on.
Humbug, sir. There's no bah. I don't tend sheep. What's with you?
It's just a humbug?
It's only a humbug. That's the way I do it anyway. I think bah humbug was not like bah.
Right.
It's like humbug. And if they had to spell it, it would be like that, like a growl.
Right.
I just say humbug is easier, and that's one line not to worry about.
You have great characters in this film.
Yes, I do.
Are most of them your friends? I mean, what was the process of you picking them? Like, did you know already? Like, because a lot of them are your friends. You're like, he'd be perfect for this.
Well, you were perfect for a bartender. You just look perfect for it. And you acted, and I know you've been on stage 1.5 trillion times.
Right.
You DJ'd our wedding. It was great.
Right.
All of that good stuff. How did we pick them? Well, there really was an audition process.
Right.
Joe, myself, and Leland would listen in.
Right.
And we would make a decision together. And we would see several people together in like one night or however it would work. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, on the other hand, Marley, for example, he read 1 or 2 lines, but all we really wanted was a conversation between him and Scrooge.
Right.
And young Austin, who plays Tiny Tim, or not so tiny Tim, he had the funniest line. He was talking to me and he stops, and I'm talking to him as Scrooge, and he looks up and says, "Mr. Scrooge, I find you quite annoying." Everybody died laughing, and he got the part that instant. So he was really good, and he's got a lot of things out there himself. That kid.
That is awesome. I love it. Let's tell our listeners out there on WGBB how they can access the movie. Right now, you could pre-order it.
Yes, you can.
TV.
You can go on Apple TV, search out Ebenezer the Traveler. There are links out there as well, and you could see them. You can see the trailer with the links when you order it. I believe it's $12.95.
Okay.
That's important to us because we are hoping they will put us on their regular site and keep it revolving, So that's important. And I would probably say this. You will enjoy the movie. It's G-rated or PG-rated, however they look at little things.
Right.
And you can get it going to Apple TV. That would be my first recommendation.
Well, Jerry, I want to thank you for coming down tonight.
Oh, my God. It was worth it.
Yes, 100%. Good luck with Apple TV and all this prescribed now. And we're going to take it out one more time.
All right. I think that's a great idea.
I've forgotten what the meaning was. Lost so much, no longer care. So uncertain something missing all these years. Dreams forgotten and we're pushed aside. But now we're becoming so clear. A new day is dawning around the bend. The future